Stand by, lock it up, please.
Thank you.
And roll.
Here's
And
speed.
action! Action, Jason.
Yeah.
And cut.
Well, I've made a lot of friends on the set, so in that way it's been an advantage. And I've sort of managed to keep in contact with all my friends from school and stuff because half the year I get to go to school, so it's actually been an advantage for my social life. And academically it's been okay because I have a tutor and I get to go to school. The thing is, I still really wanted to be here, but I also, like, acting isn't what I want to do in the future, so I really wanted to maintain my academics by not being here so much, but I didn't want to miss out on this because it's like an incredible experience being up here. It's really great.
We're like one big family still, you know. It's been from almost the first day that we've all just, it's like everyone connects. There's no bad people on the show or anything. And it's like, I was really happy to be back after the break of the fourth year because like I just felt such a weird feeling of not being with everyone, not being with like sort of my Avonlea family. So I don't think I could be without anyone here.
Before Avonlea, I was going in a direction of being kind of multi-directional. And now that I've had this role for a while, I realize I'm actually a lot more basic a person than I thought I was. I thought I was much more interesting. But now I find I'm a simple girl, really.
You do a family show for 5 years, you end up with a baby. That's what happened to me. Well, it's been a great show to do, and the kind of interaction with the kids on the show has been a really strong part of the experience for me. It's been really neat to be alongside these kids, growing up and expanding in their horizons and their abilities and so on. It's been a great pleasure.
Most of the time I enjoy it. The odd day it gets a little bit tedious when we get into the long hours and people get a little bit irritable, but otherwise, you know, as long as I'm here and I just have to think about the people around me, and I enjoy myself because I love everyone here. I love all the crew and I love all the cast. It's like we've really grown as a family over the last 5 years, if nothing else.
There is a lot of bonding. Like, it really, I mean, it's sort of like cheesy, but it does sort of feel like an extended family.
Now, why is that cheesy?
I guess it's not cheesy, it's just that it's been said so much.
That people bond on film
That
sets?
it's just like a big family. But it is, like, it's like,
Yeah.
you just feel like, you know, these people are your brothers and sisters, and yeah, you feel like when you're not with them, it's like you're away from home and you get homesick.
The crew and the cast get along quite well, and oh yes, we get up each other's noses quite a bit at a certain point in the season, the actors, because, you know, of course none of us have very strong personalities, you can't figure it out, but there's some, yeah, we get on each other. We'd all know each other now so well, it's just unbelievable. You know when somebody's going to have a fit and the tantrum and how everybody manipulates their particular form of manipulation, sulking, whatever, and you know here it comes. So you can withdraw, or you can move forward to meet it head on, or whatever. There's a couple of little blow-ups, but it's not really, there's no prima donnas per se. People just get tired and out of sorts.
Everybody on the set, I think, has had a bit of a tiff at some point. Yeah, we're always fighting. We're always like arguing with each other, but it's all sort of like, it's all out of sort of love. I mean, it's not like anything serious. Everyone generally likes everybody. We just get in stupid little arguments.
We all get along really well. I mean, once in a while I'll have the little spat with like Zachary or something, or even with Harmony or with Sarah for that matter, just because, you know, we've been together for like 5 years. It's as if we're brother and sister now. I mean, I speak to Zach and Harmony, and I treat them the way that I treat my own brother and sister.
I think we're all equal. That's the funny, like everyone thinks like, you know, that's what we say is a family, but we're all like, I don't know, brothers and sisters or something.
Well, let me tell you, it's very cold out today, and it's hard to tell because we're all acting really chipper, but what the secret here is that we're actually wearing the high-tech mountaineering gear. We've got the leg warmers, we've got the turn-of-the-century zipper happening here, and, well, there are more layers, but I won't go into them right now. But they're there, and I'm glad they are, because otherwise we'd be freezing. We were really dumb in first year. Nobody wore extra clothing, and we all froze. But the gangrene doesn't look good on camera, so we all began to cope with these issues in different ways. The best thing to do is just keep running around. So the delicate, healthy pallor that we all have is just, it's partly the frostbite, it's partly running around. We just keep moving all the time, and that's how we stay warm in Avonlea.
Yeah, it's cold. It's like, I don't know, I feel like we're in the Arctic or something up here. It's like, we have these leather boots that we wear. It's like fridges or something. You walk at these little ice cubes. We see the leaves changing, and we're like, oh no, it's coming. I think and the costumes, it's funny because it's like the winter, they're always too cold, and the summer, they're always too hot.
It's so beautiful up here because you can see all the stars, and then you see the sunrise, and it's like just gorgeous. This is like the coolest place. It's really neat. I use the word cool way too much.
Like the days I'm not here, I'm going to school and trying to get my grades up so I can get into a good university. Otherwise, I love to dance, and that's what I do a lot of the time in my spare time. My parents own a dance studio actually, so almost every night of the week I teach a class for them. Like my father, he teaches jazz, and then Saturday mornings, you know, there's about 3 little kids' jazz classes that I teach. So I really enjoy that as well.
You do an hour of filming and then a minute of school, then another hour of filming, you know. One day I had like, last week I had like 2 hours of school, which is amazing for someone here, and but usually it's like 10 minutes a day. Almost.
I take like an hour and a half of drama a day. It's like theater, and it's like technical stuff. And I take some music and the regular academics.
While the kids are at school, the adults tend to talk about really rich subjects, you know, kind of a lot of pretty heady philosophical stuff, like, Lally and I often discuss our hair and look at magazines, and we get into some pretty heavy women's issues like our hair.
I was worried about going to high school and thinking, oh, you know, they just think, oh, here comes the girl who's on TV, blah, 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 blah. But they're all really cool with it, and they know that I don't like to talk about it. I mean, my close friends, if I'm with people that I've just met and they start asking me about it, my close friends know that when I'm not at work, I just like to be Gema. You know, and I'm just a regular 17-year-old who goes to school with them, parties with them, but I don't, you know, there's nothing more than that. I have a hard time juggling both school and work because, I mean, 1 week I'll be working like 3 days, the next week I'll be working all 5 days out of the week, and I won't be at school, and it's a little bit difficult, you know, to get up at 4:30 in the morning and come to work and go through hair and makeup and then go to set and do my scenes, and then when I have a break, I can't just sit around or I can't have a nap, I have to go and do my schoolwork. So that gets a little bit difficult.
I
Been
think
putting
the
up
rope
laundry?
would
Yeah.
be a good thing for me to swing on, because I do have a degree in phys ed, and I think people should know this about me. He's not going for it. You know? A woman just tries to get a little stunt work. I'm wearing the corset. I figure, let
Well-
me swing on the rope.
We're rehearsing.
They won't let me swing you. Okay, Michael, you ready? Okay,
Rehearsal.
push off as hard as you can.
They should let me do this. I have a degree in phys ed. I'm a natural.
The main thing I like about the show is working with the crew. They're very relaxed, and I think like on more than any other set that I've been on, there's a really sort of equal level between the crew and the cast. The cast isn't snobby. We work together. It's not like on two different levels, which is really good, because a lot of the time cast really places themselves above the crew, and it's really strange. There's like a class system on set. It's very odd.
They're very good. I think some of the people have been here since the beginning, like first AD Libby, and then there's other people who just like came here this year. But I think it's like a family with the crew too. It's like if one person's new, it's like 1 week they're part of our family. They join in, you know. Oh, it's great.
My brother and sister would say, well, Gema's just as much of a snob as Felicity is, but I don't know. I'd have to argue that sometimes, because Felicity's the type of girl who is very, very bossy, you know, with her younger brother and sister and stuff, but she also has a soft side, and which has come out a lot more in the last couple seasons. I mean, at the very beginning of the show, she was just, you know, really tough, and she just kind of didn't take anything from anybody, especially her little brother and sister. But now she's really softened up, and there's a lot softer side. But I think a lot of Gema has come into Felicity as well, which would naturally happen because I've been playing the role for 5 years. So
The feedback that one gets from participating in this show is particularly warming. I had a guy come by to read my meter, and he recognized me. And he said, "Sir, I just want to say something to you." He said, "I've got 3 children, and, well, we have a television, and, well, having a television these days is like having an open sewer running through your living room. And I just want to thank you for providing something different." I thought that was a rather unique kind of compliment to get.
So we have a few ideas of what should happen next season on Road to Avonlea.
Yes, like, we think that Hetty should marry Clive Pettibone, and then she'd be Hetty Pettibone.
See, it's a good name. It's like lyrical. Or then there's okay, if Gus
Pike.
turned the lighthouse into a discotheque, and he had all these lights around it, right?
He's got the one light
Yeah.
already, the big light.
And it's called Gus's Place.
And all you really need is a mirror ball.
yeah.
You've got the lighthouse
hot
light.
spot.
I mean, I think we're talking pretty hip.
I think
Let it go. Oh, you'll be fine. Felix has got a girlfriend.
We could do that. We've ridden a few bikes in our time.
Yeah, we could do that.
That isn't so special.
if I were a guy, I would be a WWF wrestler. Maybe.
That's a soundbite.
But don't use that. 'Cause that's stupid.
Well, I was hesitant about doing a 5th season, but then Kevin sent this around, and I was deeply touched. I thought, well, why not? Once worn into the traces, get out the old work boots.
A show of good faith, don't you think?
Damn. Favored nations, you're all getting one.
I got a moped.
A moped.
Okay, and now we do the side pose. You gotta shake your hands like it's really. And the other side. Can you feel the testosterone?
Oh, I'm out in the middle of the field studying. I'm on WWF. This is lovely.
I know, but I'm telling you, the testosterone is flowing. And maybe that's a good thing. Okay, cut.